Hi Aries, welcome to your early May 2019 pep talk. Okay, what is this? Well, I've had this idea for quite a while, to be honest with you, and I've just put a version of this on my website. It's an introductory offer because I've never done it before. I'm going to see how it goes, see if it's something that people are interested in. It's basically an inspirational reading about what is happening right here and right now in your life. And it is intended to be just a quick thing. In my private readings, I'm going to do 20 minutes, which seems like a long time, actually. I don't know, because these have been running less than that, the ones I've been doing here. So I may have to pick an additional card, because I don't think that, 20 minutes, you would be surprised how much time 20 minutes is. But yeah, and the point is to look at what energy may be around you at this moment and how can you act on it. So instead of being a fortune teller and like, this is going to happen, that is going to happen, what can you do? But keeping it inspirational, keeping it positive, and then picking an oracle card. This month I'm using a native spirit card, so want to look at it from that perspective. I always associate the Fool card with Aries. I don't think that it is because it's associated with Uranus, but still, it's pretty cool. I love that card. And I love it because it has a yellow background. It reminds me of like April or something. Even though, obviously, we're in May now. Oh, how interesting. Circle of Life. So I will read from the booklet. This is the Native Spirit deck. Okay. So, the first card we have here is the Four of Pentacles, which is, you see the person, how he's holding onto the money with dear life. For dear life. And this is about, I was just talking to my partner about Deepak Chopra. He had a book called The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success. And one of them, this was the first time I think I had ever heard of this concept about circulating money and how important it is because it's a currency and the current has to be completed and things like that. And I think he said it's something, I haven't read it for many years. But basically, this Four of Pentacles can be a hoarding energy or just very materialistic, very, sometimes we could say this is fear-based. Because there's this sense of like, if I don't hold on to this tightly enough, I'm going to lose it. And the person could be depriving themselves of something very good for themselves because they're so afraid of losing money. Usually Aries is not like this, though. Usually Aries is very open wallet type of person. In that case, it may be that money is too important to you and that you're neglecting other things in life and that it is impacting you in a negative way, because we do have here the Three of Swords, which is a card of rejection, heartbreak. So these two cards together are saying, wow, that is really strange. But I've picked this up when I've done regular tarot readings or love readings for Aries. And sometimes, and actually I'm thinking of somebody specifically who's an Aries. And this person was dating and ended up with somebody who was after money. And yet, when you find that out and you say, isn't this terrible? This person thought like this. when you really like analyze it, usually I bet you'll find that if you have ever been the victim of this, that you overemphasize money, or maybe the person just, that was all they talked about, and you went along with it, and they thought, good, this person really likes money as much as I do. Or you bragged about having a certain amount of money. And so if you brag about it, you're going to attract somebody who wants it. And the bragging comes from placing too much emphasis on it in terms of how it impacts your life, or how it's supposed to impact your life. And so it's there's a quote in the Bible that says, "He who loves his life shall lose it." Well, we can extend this to money. If you are too enamored by it, something can happen that leads to it being taken away. The person who flaunts their wealth and drives this really fancy car attracts thieves, carjackers. And that is not to say that they deserved to get carjacked. It's saying that you put that out there by doing that. So really, it's about looking at how you can use money to your benefit without allowing it to control you. And with the Three of Swords, then you're free from that kind of situation. You'll be immune to it because you're not going to be feeding into it. So I'm not sure how many of you will resonate with that interpretation, but that was what came up for me. And then I have the Fool card, which is about trusting in the universe. This person is looking to the heavens. The person is not looking at the ground. So they may be ungrounded because of this, but they believe in life. They believe that the universe has their back. They've got a white flower. So there's like the sense of purity of a clean slate in your life. Anything can happen, that you hold the key to creating whatever it is that you want. And maybe you've been through a rough patch and felt the sting of rejection. But with the Four of Pentacles, you may still be in a position where you're able to call the shots in your life. And that's wonderful because you like to do that. And yet you have that freedom to be able to explore new avenues and not be kind of bound by any demands of other people, or you won't allow yourself to be. That doesn't mean that they're not demanding, but you're like, I have to, follow my own path. This is a very, the Fool card is really associated with doing your own thing because it's connected to Uranus, and that's a nonconformist type of energy. And then I'll hold it up again, the Circle of Life, and it's funny because the Zero of the Fool card is kind of like that cycle as well, that, being in that new place where you're experiencing new things again. So let me read from the booklet what it says. Let's see here. All things are possible. Yeah, and I think that's true for the Fool card. All things are possible. That's what zero represents, the unknown quantity or quality. Stand in your center and be open. The four winds are bringing your dreams to fruition. Embrace and accept where you are in the great circle of life. Bounty and abundance are flowing to you. If you've had relationship or financial challenges, things are about to change. Well, there you go. And, again, with the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Swords can even be some sort of job loss that you're dealing with. And maybe you identified with being this person that, was bringing in all this money, and now you're just starting over from scratch. I think, though, I really honestly believe that a lot of Aries people can embrace the Fool card. I really do. It's funny, unless, I'll give a little caveat, unless you have maybe your Mercury in Taurus or Cancer. Oh no, you can't have it in Cancer or Pisces. Then you might be a little bit more reticent, a little bit more of a worrywart, and saying, what if, what if? The circle of life, called the medicine wheel in the Native American traditions, symbolizes a cosmology that honors all the circles of life. Those in Western cultures tend to see life as linear. However, those in indigenous cultures see all life as a circle. When this card chooses you, it's time to honor and cherish all aspects of the great circle. All parts of the journey have beauty and grace. There's beauty in the rising sun, just as there is in the setting sun. To only revel in the rising sun and demean times of endings depletes your energy. Choose what is, and you become master of the universe, or at least your own personal universe. And that's kind of like what I'm trying to do with these readings. I'm trying to look at what is in this moment, and not be, future oriented or past oriented. Because, sometimes when people are looking for a psychic, and I don't call myself a psychic, but when they're looking for somebody to tell them what's quote unquote going to happen, it's because they really don't have a trust in the cycles, that things have a season, that there is some kind of a divine order. They may see this as a random chaotic universe where things can just happen when you least expect it. And is that true? Do things happen sometimes unexpectedly? Of course. But even those things, if you really look at a deeper level, you'll say, yeah, well, I ignored, this person walked out and I didn't think they'd ever do that, but we weren't getting along for the last year. I just didn't think they had it in them to leave. So that's a difference, They knew something was still wrong. Okay. And then they give like little tips that you can do to kind of harness what this card represents. And they say, create a medicine wheel for yourself. It can be as simple as creating a circle of stones that you place on your desk. That sounds like a crystal grid to me. Or making a circle of stones or pine cones that you lay outdoors. As you place each part of the circle, hold the intent that you're honoring all aspects of your life. That's something that I would like to learn. I'd like to learn how to do crystal grids as well as other types of, those kinds of things. I'm not sure if they do those at full moons, new moons, both. I'm recording this on the new moon in Taurus, so this is perfect. This earthy spirituality. So I hope that you like this type of reading, Aries. And if you'd like a personal version of it, please check my introductory offer below. Have a great start to May. Bye.